Trevor Miller, Leicester Conferences at the University of Leicester. Tell us what that means in venue terms.
Well, as a venue, we're obviously part of the University of Leicester. We represent the conference meetings and event facilities that we offer at the university. We have the brand of Leicester Conferences, which helps us to become more commercially aware in the marketplace and helps us to compete, if you like, with the other venues in the area, but not only regionally but also nationally.
And specifically, what venues are available at
as a
Leicester
venue,
Conferences?
or as a university, we have two prime sites. The main site is the city campus, which is the academic teaching facility for the university, and the other site is Oadby. We call it the Oadby Student Village. It's basically the halls of residence, so it's a residential area in a beautiful leafy green area about 2 miles outside towards the east of the city, on the outskirts of Oadby, about a 40-acre site. So we use both sites year round. The city campus tends to be used a lot for day conferences year round, but we also link it up to Oadby with what we call combined site events. So we would use the residential facilities in Oadby and then use the sort of more conventional academic facilities, for example, tiered lecture theatres. If somebody wants one of those, that's where we would have to go to city campus for. But also Oadby is our sort of prime residential site, where for 22 weeks of the year we have vacation periods where students are not in residence. So we very much look for residential conference, meeting and event activities.
Yeah. Capacity in terms of the sorts of conferences you can handle.
Okay.
And in terms of residential capacity.
Okay. It's very varied because obviously we're a university, so we have everything from small seminar rooms up to quite large sort of meeting spaces and exhibition areas. So it very much depends on what the customer's looking for. Typically, we look for conferences, residential conferences, of anything from say 50 to say 300, comfortably fit within the university. We obviously look to sort of fit, if they need plenary meeting space, that tends to be a limiting factor in terms of the size of a single event. However, as a university, we have masses of bedroom space. We have up to just over 2,500 bedrooms. So typically, if I share an example of the Special Olympics, which the university hosted along with the City of Leicester back in July this year, 2009, we actually hosted over 2,500 athletes and their coaches and support staff in the university, and we provided all of the accommodation and the catering for that number. They also make use of the meeting space as and when they needed to have that, but that shows the sort of scale of what we can do if the event suits our location.
Very good. Now, tell us a bit about Leicester. I mean, why should anybody go to Leicester for a conference?
Well, Leicester doesn't often sort of feature sort of highly on the map, as it were. If you sort of look at London, obviously Birmingham, then close followed by Manchester. However, Leicester has an awful lot going for it. The main selling point, I would say, for Leicester is the fact that we are very, very central. I don't think often people recognise that. In fact, we're more central perhaps than Birmingham. We're certainly a lot easier to get to than Birmingham because we are right on the M1, junction 21. We also are right on the junction of the M69, which comes into junction 21, so that links up from Birmingham and the M6. We're also on the main national rail line from London St Pancras, which obviously is home of Eurostar, so we can attract events as wide as Europe if necessary. And that means that we're only an hour away from London on the direct link to Leicester. And obviously airports are very close by. We have East Midlands Airport about sort of 25-30 minutes away, and we also have Birmingham International Airport, which is about 40 minutes with a direct rail link as well. So very accessible, I would say, is our main selling point.